Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a new video. So today, guys, I'm doing a review of a pawn shop gun that I picked up today. This is actually my first pawn shop gun, and it is a Beretta APX. Now, before you guys say anything, this flashlight that is on it is actually, it came with the gun because apparently whoever owned this previously turned it in, and it must have been a family member or something like that, like didn't know anything about the gun because they turned it in with the flashlight on it, which is an iProtec, which is about a $70 to $80 flashlight, which I was surprised, when I saw this. I was like, that's gotta put some value up on it, because this gun originally was labeled for $219, which actually is not a bad price, because I told myself I'm looking for something about $200 to maybe $300 price range. So he said, oh yeah, I have a Beretta in the back. So he goes ahead and pulls this out, and I was kind of surprised because I've never seen the full-size versions of the Beretta, because when you say Beretta, you think of the M92 or the M92A1. Now I have seen the APX compacts, which look very blocky, and I've seen them on like Palmetto for like $250, and I was like, oh, that's an ugly gun. Like, I wouldn't buy that. But when he pulled the full-size APX out, I was like, wow, this is a really cool gun. I don't know if this is an extended mag because I haven't fully topped it off, because I did take this to the range. Of course, the gun is clear. So I'm not sure. I know that this is a Beretta branded magazine, so I'm not sure if it's an extended magazine or if it's just a flat extension with +0, because it does carry 17. Like I said, when I went to the range, I only fired about 5 rounds through the magazine at any given time, just to run it, just to see if it actually still ran, because if you guys look at it pretty close, it's pretty worn. This gun, I want to say this gun came out in like 2018 or something like that. So it has some wear, and it's still dirty, but I decided to keep it that way just to see how it would perform. So I'm gonna be giving this some TLC later tonight. I couldn't clean it because after I got off from the pawn shop, I actually had to go to work. So yeah, and of course these sights are pretty standard. The only downside is that they're really dirty, so I'm probably gonna have to clean those up too. But like I said, this gun caught my eye because it kind of reminds me of a couple different guns. The first thing that came to mind was a Smith & Wesson SD9, because of the way this back end looks, and then the slide slide cut, kind of reminds me of a Walther because of the wide trigger, or the wide trigger guard, and it's kind of unique. And it also kind of reminds me of the PSA Rock, the PSA 5.7, because of this. Looks almost like a flared magwell, but it's not. It's just the magazine extension, because it goes back to normal, but it's still unique. Also reminds me of the dagger as well. Kind of reminds me of a Taurus, like it feels like it's a combination of different guns, because like I said, I've never actually seen a full-size APX. Like, I've seen the compact, but I've never seen this one. So it caught my eye, and when he told me the price, I was like, oh, this is interesting. But the one thing that sold me on this gun was the trigger. So, oh, whoops. And this flashlight originally didn't work, but it also has the laser built in. So I changed the battery out and it works now. But the thing that caught my eye was the trigger. This trigger has no take up. That's the wall. That's the wall. Let's reset. And that's it. It's like the trigger is already set for you. Because the one thing that I really don't like about guns, like my Glock, is I don't like the long trigger pull on it. And this actually has like basically nothing. You're already at the wall, which is really nice. And I actually kind of like this feeling of that that fat trigger, because it's actually fat, but it's also nice and flat. The safety doesn't feel too like it's digging into you. It feels kind of it's just nice and flush. Feels nice. So yeah, and I love this the stippling on the grip there. I probably would put some stippling up here as well, but it's actually like got a good feel to it. It's actually slim. Considering how wide this thing is, I would think that this thing would be like pretty thick, but the grip is actually really comfortable, and you can see that trigger guard has got so much room, and you know, you could basically put like another finger in there and you still got room to play. But yeah, I mean, this is actually a really, really nice gun. Now, the only thing that I have to worry about or have to wonder about is the slide lock. Now, when I took this to the range initially, when I fired it, only 2 times did the slide lock back. Now, keep in mind, I also was not using, I did not top the magazine out. Now, some people say it could be human error, but I was holding the gun with a proper grip, and granted, I haven't been shooting in a while, so I have to get used to it again. But yeah, I mean, this when I only shot about 50 rounds through the gun because I'm on a budget because I don't have a lot of money. So I only fired about 50 rounds, and the slide only locked back 2 times out of, like, I want to say the 4 or 5 times that I shot it. Actually, no, I'm sorry. 7 or 8 times I shot it, because it was like in between 5 and 10 rounds. I don't remember exactly. I kind of changed up the number as I went along, but I didn't fully top the mag off. But yeah, it only locked back twice. Every other time, like the slide didn't lock back, and when I pulled the trigger again, I saw how I was flinching because because of course I'm left-handed, so I pulled it down into the right, which was not a good thing. So now I might just need to clean it, or I might need to take it apart. I haven't taken this apart yet because, like I said, it's like 8 a.m. right now. I just woke up. I had to go to work last night after I got home from the range, and I didn't have time to clean it. So I'll clean it up off camera, but I wanted to just show you guys how it looks. Like I said, it's got some wear to it, but it functioned pretty good, you know. Still pretty dirty up in there. I don't know what that is. And of course, it's got this gunk. It almost looks like tape on the slide, or paint maybe. I don't know. Unless that's like some kind of wear, or like, I don't know if that's like the finish or the Cerakoting coming off, but it doesn't feel like Cerakote. So yeah, this thing's definitely dirty. You could actually see the browning on the front sight. So yeah, and of course it came with this eye protect. So a lot of people are probably saying like, oh, did you put that on there? No, I did not. I actually don't really like these kind of flashlights, because of course if I wanted to say put this in a holster, which that's another thing I have to worry about, is I have to find a new holster for this, because obviously I don't have any Beretta APX holsters, and they're actually hard to find. This would not be a concealed carry gun for me. This would be a full-size carry. I'd actually kind of like to actually carry this as a duty weapon, but of course I need to get a duty rated holster, towards my company's policy. And I wouldn't be running this flashlight. I'd probably be running a TLR on it. But yeah, I really do like this gun. Like I said, the trigger, the look of it is, it feels like a combination of different guns. You know, it's got a lot of different style and flair to it. And then of course it came with a free like $70 to $80 flashlight, which actually increased the price. So like if I was like looking at the price is $219 and this is an $80 flashlight, you know, you're talking about, you know, maybe $110, $120 handgun there. So I think it actually came as a bonus, you know. So none of the other guns that they had at the store, at the pawn shop, actually had flashlight on it. This is the one that they had a flashlight on it, and I was like, okay. So I was like, hey, that's a bonus. So yeah, but yeah, I do like this gun a lot. Let me know what you guys think. I'm planning on actually probably going and shopping at every few months and going to the pawn shop and buying a random gun and testing it out. But let me know what you guys think. Because I actually do like this gun a lot, and it was really cheap, you know. I do need to buy some magazines for this because it came with just the one extended mag. Now, like I said, I haven't topped this off, so I don't know if it's a 21 round magazine or if it is just an extended mag just for looks. But I kind of like it, you know. But I also would like to have a nice flush mag, because I do actually run an extended mag on my Glock 17 at work. But yeah, but let me know what you guys think. I like this gun a lot. I love the trigger. Trigger is the biggest part that I love about this gun. I that's awesome. Like, that's probably the best trigger I've had. Now, I know some people are like, you know, it's probably a heavy trigger, but you know, I think it's only about a five and a half pound trigger. I think a Glock trigger is like 7-8 pounds. So, I mean, hey, it's lighter and it actually feels nice. I don't have to feel like I'm rowing through the trigger. So yeah, so let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thanks guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.